We're going to get started now. Hello, please be seated. Good afternoon. We're so pleased to see such a beautiful group of people. It's so fun to come back together in a big venue again. It's been about 5 years since we'd gathered all together at this level. So thank you. I'm Julianne Levy. I'm the founder and CEO of Harmony at Home. Thank you. Thank you so much. Along with my brother, Mike Levy, who's the co-founder. So I was going through some papers in my office the other day, and I came across this book. This is the first book my dad helped us put together when we started Harmony at Home. There's the first set of minutes from December of 2004. So we're 20 years old this December. It was pretty remarkable to just read some of the bylaws and the minutes. We started with 3 founding board members. We have Pat, one of our founding board members, Marcia, my brother, and yeah, there's Marsh. And it was just so sweet to see. I read my first presentation to our little board, and we had 3 little programs just starting. And so now today we're serving all 4 corners of the county, and we're just so pleased to be able to share a lot of the work that we're doing with you today. Every day, this amazing staff that we have supports our mission by helping our clients to heal trauma, end abuse, and build families. And that, in a nutshell, is our mission statement.
Thank you all. Thank you all for being here today.
Wait, no.
Sorry about that. Thanks everyone for being here. We really appreciate everybody showing up today and showing your support for Harmony at Home. As Julianne mentioned, this is our 20th year, which we're really excited about. It's we're very proud to have set this place up in the first place, or this organization in the first place, and we're now we've gone from a very small 3 board member, 1 employee organization to pretty much a powerhouse in the county, helping our most needy children and families. So we're super proud of what we've done there. I mean, first I'd like to thank Julianne, who's been started as executive director and now is the CEO of this organization, and with her guidance, I mean, she's a powerhouse. I mean, it's amazing what we've built, and you're at the head of it. So thank you. I'd also like to thank our board of directors. So as we mentioned, or as Julianne mentioned, we started with 3 and now we're at 14 people on the board. It's a really effective working board. So we've got a lot of committees and we get a lot done at the board level. And so the board of directors are listed on the screen there. Maybe if anyone who's here, a number of those folks are here today, maybe you could stand up and be recognized. And then maybe we could move to the next slide. I'd also like to thank our luncheon committee, which has been the folks who have put this whole event together. That's been headed by our board member, Lavina Warwick. Thank you, Lavina. And we've had a number of folks, as you can see, on the staff involved in that as well. It's a big endeavor to put something like this together, so thank you guys for all your work.
Thank you, and thank you, Michael, for those kind words. And I also just have to acknowledge my family. My mom's here, my husband, my son, Eddie, and his partner, Kathy. I mean, we couldn't have done this without our family. It just started. My dad, rest in peace, we miss him every day, helped us, just believed in us and helped get us the startup funds to get this going. And it wasn't just one. I had 5 other therapists with me to start this baby. And now we have a staff of close to 80 people. So that's pretty exciting. So of course, this amazing luncheon wouldn't be possible without our sponsors. So we have all different levels of sponsors. As you can see, our presenting sponsors is Susan Prest, who is on our board and has just been a support on so many levels. She's my mentor, along with Pat McDermott, of course, and she's just helped me on so many levels. Thank you, Susan. Of course, we have our family foundation. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for setting that up so we can contribute to the community as well. And then Carmel Gives, and I hope Liz Deeney's here from Carmel Gives. I hadn't gotten a chance to see her yet. Whoops, excuse me. And so, yeah, thank you to our sponsors and all of our other sponsors as well. We have so many from our board and from the community. We just appreciate everybody so much. Thank you for that. I want to acknowledge, oh, there you are, Supervisor Lopez. Yay, we have Supervisor Lopez from District 3, South County. We also, thank you, and he's just a tremendous support as we grow and expand into South Monterey County. We also have another dignitary here today, Dr. Deneen Gus, Superintendent of Monterey County Schools. Thank you, Deneen, and Supervisor Lopez for being here. I know you're so busy. And then, I want to give a shout out. We have people around this entire country watching this right now on live stream. We have amazing supporters from Massachusetts. Shout out to Massachusetts, Utah, Idaho. We have people from Grass Valley in California. And there may be others that we're not aware of watching us. So thank you to all of our friends who are watching us virtually. We appreciate all of you. We have some new partners. We have Susie Bauer of Mopane, which we're really excited to have her on our team. Really a great support. Stop by her shop in the Crossroads when you have a chance. And of course, our community partners. Couldn't say enough about them. We have Rancho Cielo Boys and Girls Clubs. We have our school partners. We're in, gosh, I don't even know at this point, over 40 districts throughout our county. We have, of course, Esme from Precious Stone. She helped put all this together and helps us with our beautiful marketing materials. That lovely annual report you'll see is a lot to do with Esme's creativity. Thank you for that. Mag One Media in the back. Alex, thank you for all you do for us. And then, of course, I have to thank Fairview. This is a beautiful venue, so thanks for opening up your doors for us today. So, finally, and this is really, to my heart, the most important thank you, is to all the children and families throughout this community who had the courage to face the most challenging social and emotional pain that anybody could imagine. They had the courage to face it and to address it and heal. And that's why we're all here today. So thank you to our community's children and families for stepping up and being available. Thank you. And, you're going to hear some emotional stories today, and I just want everybody to recognize that, sometimes when you hear painful stories, you're thinking, oh, wow, isn't that hard for them to talk about? And yeah, it is, and it takes courage, but it's also very healing. Everybody who talks at our events about Harmony at Home is because they want to. Nobody is ever, ever pressured into speaking about their experiences. Some people like to, and some people don't. And the people who you hear speaking want to be here and recognize the impact that they're making on our community. And it's actually really empowering sometimes for somebody to share their trauma so they can heal. And it helps with all the support of all of you. So I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of that.
Yeah, so thank you all again for showing up today. We really appreciate your support. And here's to another 20 years. And I think Julianne's going to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you, Michael. Hello? Okay, we're good. Thank you, Michael. About 3 years ago, we were in a position to bring in a director of operations. It was a huge step for Harmony at Home. I was pretty much overseeing all the program operations, and it was just getting to be too much. And in walked through the door a young man Claudia, who you met, and I interviewed him at first, and after he left, we said, too good to be true? And we're like, yeah. So then we brought him in, and the whole leadership team interviewed him, And after he left, we're like, what do you think? Too good to be true? And so he's not too good to be true because he's the best for Harmony at Home. He's an amazing director of operations, and he's just gonna wow you with that amazing flower suit. No, but he's going to share with you the next portion of our program. So thank you all for being here. We value you. We hope you enjoy the afternoon. Make sure you get your pictures taken. We have a wonderful photographer outside, and we'll talk soon. And if anybody wants to take a look at the original minutes, swing by my table. Thanks.
Well, I just want to say that. I want to say that every year Joaquin has to one-up the suit, so I'm looking forward to next year to see it. Last year was a purple suit, if I recall, and so looking forward to next year, Joaquin.
All right. Thank you. And yes, welcome everyone. Now I have to live up to that. Yeah. All right. So thank you, Julianne, and I'm very excited to be able to share all of our programs with you all today. It all started over 20 years ago with a mission and a vision from Julianne. And that mission is to end the cycles of violence and abuse by empowering children, young adults, and their families with the skills and confidence to lead healthy and productive lives. Her vision was to provide social and emotional supports to all schools and all of their students all throughout Monterey County. The trauma that students experience throughout their lives has been proven to impact how the students behave, how they interact, how they react, and how they learn. And all of the programs that we offer at Harmony at Home, they're geared towards providing that mission and that vision. So at Harmony at Home, we do have counseling programs, and those counseling programs consist of our Sixth and Stones school-based counseling program, which is our largest program. This program provides counselors to all of our school partners to provide mental health support that focuses on working with children who have experienced some type of trauma and are exhibiting concerning behaviors. The goal is to equip these students with different skills to be able to navigate their emotions and reactions in healthy ways. We also have our community counseling program, and this program provides a comprehensive mental health support, and it is not limited to support those who've experienced trauma. As Julianne mentioned, we do provide mental health counselors to a bunch of our community partners, those being the Boys and Girls Club of Monterey County, both the Salinas and Seaside locations, Monterey County Office of Education and their alternative education programs. Woo, I see you, Deneen. The DA, and of course, Rancho Cielo. Yeah, shout out. We also provide teen support throughout the community throughout the year, and this support provides guidance to teens that are experiencing high levels of trauma and they need support to work through it. I'm also happy to announce that our Sixth and Stones program this past fiscal year supported 43 schools in over 13 districts, and we provided over 9,900 counseling sessions to over 900 students. And we're proud to say that over 75% of those students maintain or improve their social and emotional wellness. Next is our bullying prevention program. This program provides training, education, awareness, and prevention strategies about bullying to the schools that we're serving. This support provides, this is a support that provides this support in the form of staff trainings, student-led assemblies, parent workshops, and classroom presentations. We're also partnered with Monterey County Behavioral Health to provide a bullying prevention specialist, to support the Rainbow Connections Project, to provide safety and resources in schools for those that identify with the LGBTQ+ communities and populations. Our bullying prevention program this past fiscal year supported in over 24 schools, and we served over 22,000 students, teachers, faculties, and parents. In those that we surveyed, 89% of those students reported less bullying engagement on campus, and 45% of those students reported a reduce in fear on school campuses. Next is our Children's First program. This program is a co-parenting education program that focuses on working with those families that are going through or have gone through a divorce or separation. This program in our curriculum is geared towards teaching parents healthy ways to co-parent with each other, and also it teaches their children on how to express their feelings and themselves in healthy ways. Our Children's First program this past fiscal year provided 88 parents and children with co-parenting education classes, and 85% of those parents reported improved co-parenting skills, while 88% of those family members also reported better communication and better family dynamics and relationships. And last, but certainly not least, is our Family First program. This program is geared towards assisting young parents between the ages of 13 and 25 in acquiring their GED or their diplomas, and also assisting them to move to higher education while also equipping them with the knowledge, skills, and confidence to break the cycles of poverty and raise the leaders of our future. We're happy to announce that we have supported and are continuing to support young mothers, young fathers, and their children throughout all four corners of Monterey County. Our Family First program this past fiscal year supported 94 mothers, 90 children, and 10 fathers. We also celebrated 17 high school graduations and 5 post-secondary completions. The national average for teen mothers to finish high school is actually 38%. I'm pleased to announce that Harmony at Home, through our programming, 89% of our members have completed high school. Amazing, right? We would not be here today without the hard work and the dedication of our amazing staff. As Julianne mentioned, I too would like to take this moment to thank every single one of you, not personally, but all together. We'd like to thank our interns, our counselors, our coaches, our advocates, our clinical supervisors, and of course, our program managers. Without you, we would not be able to do this. Without you carrying Harmony at Home's mission on a daily basis, none of this would exist. So thank you all. We appreciate you so much. And if anybody did have any additional questions and wanted to learn more about our programming, please find one of our staff members. They're scattered throughout the building at the conclusion of our program, and they'll gladly tell you about what they do and who they are. And Julianne mentioned a little bit about those that are going to be speaking, and we are grateful, right, that they're going to be up here to share their stories. And for those that are coming up to share their stories, we just want to also acknowledge and provide that disclaimer that they do want to share, and they do feel comfortable sharing about their experiences, but also how we've impacted not just them. Great song, by the way. How we've impacted them, but also impacted the organizations that they support. So we are so grateful that you chose to be with us today. Thank you all for making time to learn about what Harmony at Home is doing in our communities, how we serve our school partners, and how we're impacting the community with our programming. So I now have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker. Her name is Lorena Rodriguez. Please help me welcome her. She's our Counseling Programs Manager. Just a little stage rework really quick.
Hello, and thank you all for being here today. This is a very special annual luncheon event that we have every year. And as always, I'm very proud to have the opportunity to lead our counseling programs, as this program, just Harmony at Home alone, has given me so much. It has given me an opportunity to grow professionally, as I did start with Harmony at Home almost 7 years as a counseling intern. I thought I wanted to be a school counselor, and quickly promoted into the management side of things because of my previous experience in just out in the field, and I just absolutely love what I do. So to add to the data that Joaquin shared earlier, I would like to share that over the past 3 years, we have had an opportunity to serve over 2,800 students throughout Monterey County, San Benito County, and South County. Our counseling team has provided over 28,000 counseling sessions. And currently we are serving 16 school districts. That means a total of 50 school sites. So 50 schools is a lot. And this year particularly, we are at our largest that we have ever been before. We currently have 43 school counselors counselors serving the school sites, and a total of 9 supervisors, which help guide all of our counseling team in just gaining that experience that they're here for. And so it is my honor now to introduce our panel, who will be sharing with us a little bit more about their experiences working with our counseling programs. We wanted to invite guests that would share with us experiences that they've had working with our Harmony at Home counseling programs, just kind of from different perspectives. And so this year, our panel consists of Mr. Moran from the Boys and Girls Club, Monterey County, Dr. Deneen Gus, Monterey County Superintendent of Schools. And if you can start working your way up, that would be great, thank you. Also, a student from Rancho Cielo, Catalina Perez. And last but not least, Mr. Devin Dunn, our counseling intern. And I would like to get started by inviting our panel to just briefly introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit more about you. So, Mr. Moran, we can maybe start with you.
Absolutely. Good afternoon. Thank you for bringing us and thank you for having us here today. We look like a family, right? So my name is Jose Moran, and I am from the Boys and Girls Clubs in Salinas, but definitely I've been working with kids pretty much all my life. And so that is one of the main reasons that I feel that the collaboration with Harmony at Home has been so incredibly impactful because we believe in the same mission.
Thank you.
I'm Deneen Gus, County Superintendent of Schools, and wow, gosh, this is my 37th year as an educator. Yes, I'm old. I know that's what you're thinking. But gosh, through the years, I've served in multiple roles. I've taught for 10 years, was an assistant principal, site principal, district superintendent, tons of other roles prior to becoming county superintendent. And all of those roles, I have had the great opportunity to also work with Harmony at Home. And I have to say the collaboration has been fantastic. I won't say much more about that because I think that's one of the questions coming up. But wow, what an honor, what a pleasure to see this program operate countywide. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Catalina. I go to Rancho Cielo and I'm in the culinary program. Something I would love to say is it's my first time doing this, so something experience, and yeah.
And my name's Devin Dunn. I am the Sticks and Stones counselor at Salinas High School. It's our first year at Salinas High School. I am currently in my third and final year in my master's program at CSUMB for social work. And thank you. And this is my second year being with Harmony at Home, and I'm honored to be here.
Thank you for introducing yourselves. And so we're going to go ahead and proceed with asking a couple of questions to each of our panel members. So we will again begin with Mr. Moran. I know, Mr. Moran, you have a wonderful story to share. We would like to hear a little bit more about how our collaboration began with Boys and Girls Club and Harmony at Home.
Oh my goodness, Julianne. If you remember, we actually started working together about over 18 years ago. At the time, Boys and Girls Clubs was part of a wraparound committee or team in Salinas that was made up from probation department, other organizations, and of course, Julianne and I were part of that team. And we were working with youth who were court referred to get support from different organizations. And so basically we case manage the court referred youth that were coming to our meeting. And so when I met Julian, and actually we met at the old hospital Natividad building at the time, and it was a little haunting there. Like, oh my goodness. But we did have the sessions we met every month. And so to me, the impact that I got from Julian, it was the passion that Julian came on with. And then she said, I'm a counselor and I'm here. And at the time, it was Harmony at Home in the beginning, but look at where we are right now. So the impact that Julian, you made in me and also in the cases that were coming along. And I was so incredibly impressed with the fact that we had a counselor right in our committee to really look at where we were and then how we were able to support the youth. And so that made me just connect immediately with you, Julian. And then after that, well, we just continue to be collaborating in many different ways. And finally, we got to the point that we were able to bring the on-site counseling to our clubs. So thank you, Julian.
Question number 2, Mr. Moran. Can you tell us about the effect that our counseling programs has had at your sites?
You know, when I was coming here, I was trying to make a list of all the things that have happened in the club. But as we started years back with the counseling on-site program. And if you're familiar with anybody familiar with the Boys and Girls Clubs? Thank you. So, as you know, our membership comes from all over the county. And the kids that we serve in our sites come with all kinds of different challenges sometimes, and challenging times, and issues at home, issues that they are facing, not only currently, but in the past. So having the counseling on site has given the members the capacity to have a safe place, first of all. Non-threatening is non-clinical, non-threatening site where they are able to connect with the counselors and then begin to develop the tools to self-regulate, coping skills with the issues that they are facing, social and emotional learnings. The social, I believe one of the most impactful parts of it is how they are able, after the sessions, to self-regulate and able to connect and develop social skills. The coping part of the challenging times that they are actually facing at home, the coping skills that they get after the counseling sessions really helped our members to do better at home, to do better at the club, but to do better in life. And so I've seen the members have gone through the counseling sessions and then sort of graduate, that they come out of those sessions empowered and inspired, supported, and not only the members, but also the families. So that impact has gone on for years, but I believe it will go on for life, and it will continue to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moran. And Dr. Gus, do you mind sharing with us a little bit more about our collaboration with Harmony at Home? And
I'm happy to do so. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a former cheerleader. And so where's Julian? Every time, my great friend, when I need something, I know quickly how to get that answer. I know that I can reach out immediately to Julianne, to Joaquin, to any of those team members and get that just-in-time support for our students. They are so responsive. They are so affordable. And I started off with that whole comment about I'm a former cheerleader because I always text Julianne back and say, I'm your biggest fan. I'm your greatest cheerleader. And why? There's a few reasons behind that. First of all, for those of you who work in a school system or you're familiar with the school system, you know that we always operate on limited budgets, right? And as an administrator, it is our job to make sure that we can live within our budget. So we know we have students with needs. We also know that students cannot learn. They can't pay attention in class if they're struggling with social and emotional challenges. That really gets in the way of their ability to focus and learn. And so we know we have to get those basic needs met first. But we also have to be able to live within that budget, right? So we have found that Harmony at Home is one of the most affordable programs. Every district can make it happen. They can afford the program. And the best part about it is that even when districts have their own counselors or therapists on their school sites, it's still never enough. We need additional support. And sometimes when you tell your school counselors that have 50 students on their caseload, okay, I know you need help. I'm going to bring in someone from the outside entity. Sometimes that's not well received. That is not the case with Harmony at Home. When you say, oh, I'm going to add an additional Harmony at Home therapist, our counselors cheer. They're thrilled because they work so well together. So not only are they so collaborative in the fact that they're responsive, they're affordable, they're there just in time to meet the needs of our students, and they get great results, that the impact is tremendous. But the most important piece is that they work so well together. It's not a competition between the other counselors, it's a support, it's a collaborative relationship. And so that is why I'm your greatest fan.
And Dr. Guest, how would you say that our counseling programs have impacted your students?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So what's most important, right? It's what our students tell us and what our families tell us. We have students who daily are experiencing anxiety, depression, all kinds of trauma that comes from many, many things in our environments. These students, when they get that opportunity to work with a Harmony at Home counselor, they feel relieved, they feel like their needs are met, they feel like they are seen and heard. And so when I walk in, I'll give you an example of our Bob Hoover Academy program. We have Gail, and she's amazing. When I walk on that campus, I'll walk by Gail, and I'll walk by the student that she's working with, and the student will look at me and say, please make sure she stays here. We love her. She's great. Like, I don't want to come to school sometimes, but I know when Gail's there, I want to come to school because I can talk to her. She's going to help me meet my needs. And so I think that speaks volume when you hear it from your students and you hear it from their families, that it's making a difference and it's allowing them to get those mental health needs. Then we can move mountains. And friends, someone told me this a very long time ago. I lost a husband and went through a traumatic time myself, and I'll never forget this. It was actually my sister. She said, sister, if you don't have your mental health, you don't have your physical health. And boy, was she right. And it's the same for our kids. So very, very impactful programming.
Thank you. And one thing I want to add to that, from what I remember when I was out there doing the job with working with the younger children, when our students bring a friend handheld to our door and say, can they go to Sticks and Stones too because something is going on?
Yes.
So that's beautiful.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to Catalina. Catalina, can you tell us what was your initial reaction when you were presented with the opportunity to participate in our counseling services, and what was the outcome of your experience?
When I joined this program, at first it was very hard for me because I was a little hard person. I didn't know how to express my feelings at first. It was a very nerve-wracking, but eventually I gave in and I gave it a chance. And when I gave it a chance, I felt so relieved just hearing my cancer I felt so cared. I felt like to this day it still gets to me because I felt so relieved, and I felt like I got so much help from this program, especially after what I went through. And I went through so much, and I still yet keep a positive smile on my face and be the most positive I can. And I feel like I grew so much out of it because it taught me so much how to be such a confident person and be such a positive person too.
Thank you, Catalina. And Catalina, can you share with us what skills you feel you have learned that you feel you're going to be able to bring on into the next chapter in your life?
I feel like one of the skills that I learned that's going to impact my future is being more communicative with others and expressing my feelings. I feel like it's going to help me a lot, especially if I want to do nursing and also do counseling. So I'm really looking forward. I know it's going to help me a lot on expressing and advising people. So yeah.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Devin, can you share with us tell us about the experience as a provider of our counseling services. Um, just tell us a little bit more about that experience, just providing the services.
Yeah, so excuse me. So as I mentioned, this is our first year at Salinas High School. So I'm honored to be a part of kind of our pilot program, so to speak. And as Dr. Gus mentioned, the staff have been very welcoming, very open to collaborating. I've been there only a few weeks, and I already have like 10 students. So, so they've been waiting for our services. So, yeah. So, woo! And so, yeah, so it's been an honor. Yeah, and so as I mentioned, I feel very supported as an intern. Need to kind of process something, so that I can give the best possible support for our students.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mrs. Betsy Andrade has been with us since the beginning
Yeah.
of Harmony at Home. Great, thank you. Now, Ms. Devin, I know that you also have a beautiful story to share. If you can share with us, what does it mean to you to provide services as a Sticks and Stones counselor?
Yeah, so since it sounds like we're coming up on our 20th year of Harmony at Home, I'll age myself a little bit. So a little more than 20 years ago is when I actually first met Julianne Levy. She was actually my Sticks and Stones counselor in elementary school. So this is, yeah. So this is kind of a full circle moment for me and for any of our students, who receive services. And back then, we were only in the elementary schools. So it's also an honor to be kind of full circle of, okay, well, now I'm a part of Harmony at Home, moving into working with the older children, older kids, being in the high schools. Yeah, so being able to be that kind of safe adult for our students. I mean, it breaks my heart when I work with juniors and seniors, and they share something. They're like, "Yeah, I've never told anybody this, or I've never had counseling before. I've never had." And so, I love all of our students. I especially have a heart for our older students, our teenagers, and so I definitely feel very blessed to be at the high school. Um, because I feel this is kind of our last kind of chance to, really show them what a safe adult can look like, or, for them to be able to, before they become an adult. Not that there's not resources out there for adults, but, we're not going to be looking for them kind of the same. And being at the schools, I really feel like we have an opportunity to help fill some of those gaps, and to get kids and teenagers who have maybe fallen through those gaps, before they become 18 and can kind of start making decisions for themselves.
Thank you, Devin. And now we have one last question for all of our panel members, and we'll begin with Mr. Moran again. If you can share with us, what would you say to other administrators where at their sites they don't have our counseling services?
Absolutely. Whoever goes to counseling or seeks counseling, adults, youth, usually the sense is there's something wrong with me. But through the process at the Boys and Girls Clubs with the counselors and our members, after the first session, you notice something that is different. And the members are actually seeking the counselor the moment she steps into the club. And then they say, "Can I go see Miss Katrina? Can I go see the counselor? Can I go?" Immediately, they identify with the counselor as a person who actually will give them that possible next stage in their life. So any administrator, any organization, I believe that would benefit immensely from the services Harmony at Home. And you'll see the impact. You will see the impact. You have seen the annual report and the numbers, but most of it is the impact that will happen through life for the youth that are served and the families that are served.
Thank you. Same question for you, Dr.
Same.
Gus. So what would you say to other districts that don't have yet our counseling services?
So this is the easiest question of all, because you see this table over here with all these administrators. I say, come with me to the Harmony at Home annual luncheon. I want you to learn about the programs. It's amazing. In all transparency here, you can imagine in my role, I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of calls from school districts around the county saying, we're really struggling, we have this student, or we have these 5 students, and they have these needs, they're struggling with bullying, or their parents are going through a divorce, and it's really traumatic for them, and on and on and on, right? The list goes on. And they say, I don't know what to do, because when I'm trying to get a therapist from another entity, there's a lot of bureaucracy. It takes a long time to get through the process. I tell them this. 1, come to lunch with me. Let me introduce you to some of the Harmony at Home team members who you are going to find are absolutely amazing. Know that there's no bureaucracy. It doesn't take 3 months to get a contract in place and to get services to the students. That's why you heard me say earlier, it's just-in-time support. When there's a need, you can reach out to Harmony at Home, and you're going to get an email back, or you're going to get a call within just a few days. I also tell them it's affordable, so don't not call because you're worried about your budget and you can't afford it. No, it's probably one of the most affordable programs in our county, and there's a variety of programs. You heard about all of those programs a little bit earlier from Joaquin. So it's not just a counseling program that deals with bullying issues or deals with trauma. Like, there's so many different programs that one of these programs or more will fit superintendents who we introduced to Harmony at Home many years ago, because they will praises about the program. So that's pretty much how I answer.
Thank you. Now, Catalina, what would you say to other students that have never experienced participating in our counseling programs before?
Oof. Something I would love to say to the other students is never be afraid to give it a try. There's always something new out there that you might love, expressing your feelings, or who knows, want to be up on stage. But always remember that sometimes you're going to be in an uncomfortable situation to get comfortable. And when that's happening, always remember that you're never alone. You're always going to have someone right beside you.
Thank you, Catalina. And Devin, what would you say to other student interns about working or interning with Harmony at Home?
Yeah, so I actually started interning during my second year of my master's program, and I've felt very supported from the very beginning. So I would get the advice I would give to interns is always ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. There's no dumb questions. We are a training agency, and of course we have seasoned clinicians as well. And so, yeah, feel free to ask questions, and you will be fully supported.
Thank you, Devin.
And we get paid too as interns, which is important because I'm currently doing an internship that's not paid. So
Well, I want to thank you all for being here and for sharing your experiences with Harmony at Home. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, panel. And thank you, Lorena, for facilitating. What an amazing just program. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So, I now have another very special moment to share, or we actually have another very special moment to share. And to introduce that, I would like to introduce Sandra Mendoza. She's our Family First Program Manager. Come on up.
Thank you, Joaquin. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to stand here today and reflect on the immense impact that we've had for over 300 young parents and families across the county. Our Family First mission is to empower young mothers, fathers, and guardians with the knowledge, skills, and confidence to raise the leaders of our future. Young parents complete the program feeling empowered in their role as a parent and confident in reaching their life goals and milestones. We are soon going to turn our attention to the screens where we will watch a video and you will meet Madison and Uriah, a beautiful young family enrolled in our Family First program who will share their experience so far.
I was 16 when I found out I was pregnant. I was still in high school.
When I found out she was pregnant, I was 17. I was excited, but at the same time, I knew that I needed to find a job. She had went into labor, and then they had complications during the labor, so it went into emergency C-section. And then Lucas, he actually came out stillborn, and he was dead for like a couple minutes. They got him going and everything. So it was like really crazy. It was a crazy experience for sure. At the same time, she was still under anesthesia. So it was like I went and met him, and then she met him after. So it wasn't ideal, but it for sure changed my whole life. It was a relief for sure. Like all this preparing we did for the last 9 months, and then to see him come out like that was not what I was envisioning. And once I heard him cry, it definitely was a big relief for sure.
If I didn't find support at Harmony at Home, I don't think I would have finished high school. I wasn't ready to push myself as hard as my advocate pushed me. She helped me a lot going through it, and I wasn't in the best mind space while I was pregnant with him because I'm also a 16, 17-year-old girl, so always going through things. But she definitely helped me finish high school, and she helped me start college because I was 100% positive that I was not gonna start college after him, and I just wasn't gonna reach my goals because it puts a halt on your life, but it doesn't stop it completely.
It definitely helped a lot being in the program for the dads because they were able to like show how to put on diapers or swaddle. So we went over that before we had Lucas, and then after it also helped out, like they were getting us diapers and wipes. Whenever we had a question about something, or they helped us like put together how to budget and things like that, especially when we go from living off of our parents to now I'm working and supporting all of us. I work at Tesla as a material handler right now. Hopefully within the next year, I could become a lead and then eventually become supervisor possibly at Tesla.
In my future, I want to be an ultrasound tech. I was super inspired when I was pregnant with him and doing my ultrasounds. I just thought it was like the perfect job for me. Um, I love seeing babies and I want to share happy news with everyone. So that's my dream in life right now.
Everybody behind Harmony at Home, just thank you guys for the opportunity and realizing that there's more than just a mom in teen pregnancies, and there's also the dad, and realizing that and opening a program for that and just helping us out for sure. Thanks, everybody.
My heart. And now I have Janelle Rodriguez here with me. She's Madison and Uriah's Family First case advocate who has been supporting them for the last couple of years.
Thank you, Sandra. We are so proud of Madison and Uriah's commitment to breaking cycles and their dedication to being the best parents and first teachers for Lucas. We thank them for letting us be part of their journey and transition into parenthood.
And now please help us welcome our very special guest, Madison, Uriah, and baby Lucas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Madison.
I'm Uriah, and this is Lucas.
Our journey into parenthood started about 2 years ago when I found out I was pregnant at 16. Since then, I have graduated high school and I am now enrolled in my second year of college, all while navigating parenthood with Uriah. As you saw in the video, things have not always been easy, but we are grateful to have so much love and support at Harmony at Home. Harmony at Home has been there for us from the start, and we realize how much their support has helped us in navigating this new stage of life. Having a program like Family First for young parents can help change the path of many young families, guiding us towards success and helping us reach our goals. Thank you all for being here today and for supporting the Family First program.
Wow. Thank you all for just being in attendance. Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Uriah. Thank you, baby Lucas. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, Sandra, for being up here and just sharing your story. We really appreciate it. So now, to close, I have the honor of introducing Lavina Warwick. She's one of our board of directors and the chair of our luncheon committee, and Jose Ariola, our board president.
Thank you. Do I use this? Here. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure I'm the right person to do this because I get very worked up over these luncheons and the testimonials. So I'm going to keep it together. Thank you for rooting for me. My name is Lavina Warwick, and I'm a proud board member of Harmony at Home, and I'm standing up here and have the pleasure of standing with Jose Ariola, who is our board president. And just like Julianne did and Joaquin and everybody who's up here, I really want to thank you so very much for making the time to be here. It is a really busy time of year, I know, for many of us, and I think it's just important that we carve out time for important, purposes like what Harmony and Home serves. I just wanted to give a little background story about my luncheons here at Harmony at Home. I moved to Carmel 11 years ago, and my very first event like this that I was invited to and attended was the Harmony at Home Luncheon. And I didn't really know what I was coming to. I just said, I'm new, yes, I'll come. And it's been 10 years and 8 luncheons later, I am still here. My husband has also attended, and he's a financial planner. And the reason I bring that up is because we literally budget our whole lives out. So that includes things like these luncheons, and any time we're going to give, we have a budget, and we decide before we get here how much we're going to give. And I remember at that luncheon, him telling me afterwards, when he saw me walking towards his table, because we weren't sitting together, with tears in my eyes, that he knew we were going to blow our budget that year. Needless to say, we just couldn't do all that we do without your support. And so today we're asking you for a contribution. And it's not to be pressureful, and you don't have to, but if you can give and want to give any small amount or large amount, we couldn't do it without you. Please don't blow your budgets doing it, but we would welcome your contribution.
Let's not put limits on them, Lovina. Let them, do what they got to do. I want to shout out Table 8. I started volunteering with, give it up for Table 8. But for all the table captains and everybody who accepted an invitation to come today, thank you so much. That's what I first started volunteering with Harmony at Home doing, is being a table captain, inviting people to these wonderful luncheons. Gosh, well over 10 years ago now, and happily joined the board in 2020. And I just want to say that what you choose to give today is more than a contribution. It's an investment in the well-being of your community. As the director of the Community Alliance for Safety and Peace, I have seen the rates of violence in Salinas and across Monterey County drop by more than 60% over the last decade. Yeah, it's tough to feel that way, because I know we all live off the last news cycle, but it's very true. These are real numbers. And over the same time period, there's been an historic reinvestment in our youth on a very large scale. And you heard about that scale today. We can do a lot of different programs, but if you don't impact a large number of people, you're not going to move the needle in the way we have here in Monterey County. So it's not just a coincidence that Harmony at Home services grew over the same time period. I mean, just exponentially. It is fantastic that the rates of violence have shrank. Our services has been part of a coordinated movement to make sure our youth and families are living in safer and more peaceful homes and communities. So I have the easiest job up here with Lovina to make the ask for you to give today, to make that investment. So please join us today by making an investment in our communities. Thank you. Right. Yeah. And you have, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You have so many different options to do so. At your table, there are QR codes. You can write a check, be old school about it. We respect that. Or you could get use your credit card, also using that same card. Thank you so much, Lavina. You got that down. Now, before we end today, we will be auctioning off these beautiful flower arrangements generously provided by Fleur de Lis. We have, I see one up here. Do we have a couple?
Fleur de Soleil.
Excuse me, Fleur de Soleil. I didn't bring my glasses up here. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can use mine. I've got mine. We've got.
There they are.
Yeah. So if you're the flowers type, or if the men out there, if you would like to impress your ladies with a beautiful bouquet, this is your opportunity to both give and to receive.
You know, we got one of these arrangements last year for my mother-in-law. She absolutely loved it. How many of you like a good auction? We're gonna do a quick little fast and quick auction here. Look, Georgina, thank you. I know you're not the only one. We have 2 medium arrangements, and we're gonna start the bidding at $150 for the 2 medium arrangements. And this large one, we're gonna start at $250. So if you're waiting for the big one and you wanna get in. So I'm gonna do my best impression of an auctioneer. I'm not Not very good at that. Never done it before in my life. But we start the bidding at $150. Do I have $150? $150 right here. Thank you, ma'am. Do we have 175? 175 over here. 175. Do I have 200? 200. 200 over here. Fantastic. Get at each other. There we go. 200 over here. Do I have 225? 225. 225. Thank you very much, sir. 250. 250. 225 is the going bid right now. Do we have 250? 250. Fantastic. Oh, 250. Where? 250. Fantastic. 275. 250 is going 275. One. I love it. I love it. Can we get 300? No pressure. 300, 300. Do we got 325? 300, 325. How about this? How about this? We give both for 300 to our two bidders here. Does that work out? Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And we got the large one here starting at $250. These are beautiful reasons, by the way. Do I have 250? 250 here. 275. Got 250 here. Do I have 275? 275 by Terry. Thank you, Terry. Do I have 300? 300? 325. Do I see 325? We got 300 going. Do I have 325? 325. We got 300 going once. Don't lose your chance. 300 going twice. Sold. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all for your generosity. Joaquin?
I'm sorry, one last thing. If you would put your envelopes inside the bigger envelope on the table, that would be wonderful. And thank you so much.
All right. Well, special shout out to my wife. I love you. That concludes our wonderful event today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And remember, there's pictures outside, so if you want to take pictures, beautiful view, right out to the right.